Warriors, what's going on? Tov here. Just an advisory ahead of this video. It is political, so if you're easily offended or whatever, or get encapsulated by politics and stuff, you probably want to skip this video. I don't go into anything crazy. It's a lot of common sense stuff, but I just feel like I needed to put something in the beginning so people are prepared. But whatever. Roll the intro. Warriors, what's going on? Tov here. Driving video! Cue the I didn't actually have a plan for today's video. I just, again, and honestly, this is kind of like how my videos have been going lately. I just thought of something and was like, you know what, let's talk about it. And the big thing that I'm thinking about, and I've been thinking about, is like not politics, I guess kind of politics, but what I'm thinking is like, in America, there's like two different groups of people, and I'm not going to say Republican and Democrat because neither of the sides that I'm talking about really know anything about the political party they associate with. They just pretend they do. Wow, you are going 50 miles an hour on the freeway. This is pretty crazy. So like, you got the people on the left, I guess, who, you know, they're the ones who are primarily all about the trans and gay and whatever rights and all that stuff. And they're typically the more, like, sensitive, I guess, group of people. And then there's the other side where, like, they're accused of being racist all the time, or they're more hard on people. And then there's those of us who are in the middle, who, if you think about it politically, we have aspects of both sides within us, and I feel like we're kind of the normal ones. Like, we're the ones that like really encompass what an American is, because like you can't claim to be American and then fall heavy on one side. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, issues like abortion, for example, I'm not a chick, so like I don't know why I would have any say on what a chick does with her body. Leave it up to the women. That's very common sense. That's definitely a common sense issue that like is blown up into this big thing, mainly because of religion. And that's the other thing, religion, get it out of politics. Why is this thing that's made up? Like, people made up religion. I don't know if you know that, but like, people made it up. Like, it's a man-made thing, especially Christianity, which is like the baby of religion. Almost all religions are older than Christianity. Like, it's just, it's so weird. And then people like use it to like decide what's morally right and right. You know, they're like people who kill their kids in the Bible and like do drugs and like all of the things that like hardcore devout Christians say you shouldn't do is in the Bible. Like, they do it in your little roadmap that you follow. Anyway, this isn't going to be all about religion and all that shit. I just wanted to point that out. It's like the contradictions in the Bible. And then the people who claim to be devout Christians or whatever and then don't follow what they say they're supposed to follow. It's just fucking weird. So there's that. And those types are usually the ones that are more on the right. The like Republican type people. What is this guy doing? There's like a dump truck with like all his lights flashing and whatever, and he moved to the passing lane and is now going 40 miles an hour in the passing lane. We're about to pass him. Look, see? That guy. What was he doing? I don't know. My God, dude. What else? What are other like big issues that I can think of? Like what we consume, like food and stuff. The rest of the world condemns Red 40 and all that shit, and I think it was just like maybe a couple months ago that we condemned a couple of them, but not even Red 40, like not even the one. The main one we gotta get rid of is Red 40, and they're like, you know what, let's get rid of like Red 13 or whatever the fuck it was. Like, yeah, that's gonna solve our problem. Just unreal. Like that is what it is. Like when I said common sense, that is what it is. Like there's just a severe lack of common sense. And when you really boil it down, it's not even about common sense, because the decision makers and the shot callers or whatever, they know most of the time that the decisions they make are going to make the majority of people unhappy, but the decisions they make benefit some really rich people who, run the country for real. Like, that's the other thing too. Like people who blame all the problems of the country on the president. You know, the president's just a mascot, right? Like it's even in the Constitution. Like he's the guy that is the advocate for the country. He goes out and shakes the hands, makes the announcements, and like is the public representation of the country. Which, fine, if you have a problem with him because he's doing that poorly, that's fine. But like the second you start like talking about oil prices or gas prices and the price of bread and like all that shit, like that has nothing to do with the president. Like he doesn't, like, even if they're like, we needed to order a nuclear strike, you know, he doesn't get to decide that, right? Like it's fucking mind-blowing the amount of people that think the president is this like god-like being who makes decisions and like enacts those decisions. He's not. He doesn't do that. You think someone like Trump, the TV personality, oh my god, the camera fell. It fell whilst I was driving. But like I was saying, like you can't actually think that like the TV personality Trump or like the guy Biden who was asleep for most of his presidency, do you think that like they were making decisions? That's not, there's just, you gotta think. Like think, Mark. Invincible, anybody? Like you gotta have your own level of common sense to try and decipher like the lack of common sense that the government has, if that makes any sense. Like they're not out for our best interest or anything. They're out for like the people who actually like run the country, like the people with the money, the Rothschilds, like I can't go into all that because that's a conversation that even really smart people struggle to keep up with sometimes. Basically, there are a bunch of corporations. I thought there was like 6 of them or 7. I don't remember, but it's all the ones that own like Amazon, Walmart, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson. There's all the big umbrella of like rich, like wealthiest corporations in the country. And the families that run them and whatever are the ones who like really run the country, because they're the ones who influence the stocks, and they're the ones that control the prices on things. They're the ones that can say to the Senate or the House, whatever, or the people that they know in those positions, they can say like, hey, we need this up, we need this down, whatever. And then decisions are made, laws are passed, things happen, and then those things are made into reality. And then you got like tons of people who like will hear someone say that and they're like, no, you're just a conspiracy theorist. And then you have to say, well, what about all the conspiracies that have been coming to light as real? Like, you don't think that like there's something weird there? Like, hey, maybe these conspiracy people have been shut down for so many years because they were right, and now we know that's true because like they have been right. We have been right. I don't know, man. I don't know. The only way that anything in this country is going to be fixed is if there is another revolution, or not really a civil war, because we don't need the infighting. We don't need to fight each other. We need to get rid of the government and then start it up again. That's what we were supposed to do a long time ago in the Constitution. That's what we're supposed to do. And for a lack of balls, and because we have the numbers, there's definitely enough people in this country who share this point of view and like would like for that to happen. But like anytime something happens that could trigger an event like that, it gets shut down and the people are called crazy. And then like January 6th, as dumb as that whole thing was and how nothing was accomplished, that could have been the starting point for a revolution or something where we could overthrow the government. But everybody tucked their tails and that was it. All these massive anonymous rallies, the riots, all this shit. It can all be used to do what needs to be done, but it just gets shut down. People are accused of being this or that, and it becomes like a whole thing. Like, everybody knows by now that, like, the media outlets, like the news channels, like CNN, Fox, or whatever, they're all run by political parties. Like, they're paid and funded and whatever by whatever side. That's how it works. That's how it's always worked. That's why you could have grandparents on two different sides who were born around the same time, like the 30s. One grandparent is like such a hardcore Trump supporter and believes in everything the right says because they watch Fox. And then there's the other side, the CNN side of it, who, like, the grandmother who is hardcore for people like Kamala Harris and, like, all of them who are hardcore Democrats and believe in their values and shit, because that's what they've been fed their whole lives. It's like, what do you think is going to happen? I know I said in the beginning that this wasn't going to be a political thing, but it's just hard for everything to not be political. Like, because everyone makes everything political. Like, all these issues where, like, sensitivity is the biggest problem, you can chalk that up to being the left, and then every time there's something where you think, oh, maybe that's a little too harsh, it's usually the right. Like, there's no in-between. Or, like, the left and the right are both popular, and they're in the spotlight a bunch. And the middle, where we kind of believe just what normal people know as right, or like morally okay or whatever, because there is a moral baseline. There just is. Dude, getting phone calls while recording a video, or getting interrupted by someone while recording a video, has got to be like top 3 most annoying things on the planet. Like, I get irrationally angry when it happens because of how much fucking work it takes to edit the videos and to make sure everything goes all right. I say that because I just got a fucking phone call, but Jesus Christ, yeah, let's slam on the brakes just abruptly. That's smart. I don't know, I'm almost done. I just wanted to say that, all that, because, like, I feel like if this, like, the middle was brought to the light and made more popular and mainstream, I think a lot of things would start to change. Like the whole Sydney Sweeney thing that just happened. Like, they made up the whole, like, jeans thing. Like, how it's, oh, she's white and blonde and blue hair, so it has to be about GENES, that kind of jeans. It's like, no, you just did that, though. Like, you perpetuated that yourself. That isn't reality. That's not what happened. Like, Sydney Sweeney has a hot body. I'm not going to say face because her face card's busted. She's got a hot body. It's why she's famous in the first place. And so they say she's got good genes because she's hot. You know what's crazy? When I'm flirting with chicks sometimes, I say to, like, thank your mother or whatever for the genes. Like, it's a typical way that dudes flirt sometimes, to, like, hey, you got good genes kind of thing. It's not, I'm not saying, like, hey, you're Aryan, my Aryan brothers and sisters. Like, nobody is saying that. Like, that is insane behavior, to make something like that up, make it popular, and then to just keep running with it. Like, Jesus, dude, that's crazy. Like, literally crazy. And, like, that's the way that Sydney Sweeney, like, responded to the whole thing, is how the rest of the world should respond to all of these issues. Like, okay, like, nobody needs to apologize for things. Nobody, like, none of that needs to happen. It's just fucking ridiculous. Like, just grow up a little bit. Like, we're not little kids playing on the playground, you know? Like if you identify as something else, you can do that, but you can't expect the rest of the world to go along with it and make laws and things based on that. That's what a child thinks. That's how a child's brain operates. We don't do that. It's an adult country. Like, it's run by adults, and so adult decisions are going to be made. And I think that's another thing, is, like, people just don't take a step back and, like, from the outside see the things that they're saying and doing. And that's a problem, because how are you supposed to, like, get anything done or whatever? I don't know. That's pretty much everything I was gonna say. That's my rant. That's the end of it. Whatever. I'm picking my daughter up now, so I'll catch you guys on the flip flop.